Hey, you guys. Hello, hello. Um, I'm hope you can hear me. I don't know today if I'll be heard or not. I'm on the ferry from Nanaimo to Horseshoe Bay and heading back. Uh, just spent a couple of days with my brother in Campbell River. It's a beautiful time, and to spend time with him. Um, so yeah, looked around for a quiet spot on the ferry. Not so easy to do. It's a big old diesel, and you can just hear the motors grinding, eh? Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, just thought I would do our little message for today and the reading from our 24-hour day book. And the message that comes to me over and over and over and over and over and over again is surrender. As I look around, and I also remember in my own life that when I've been depressed or frustrated or sad, it was really because I wasn't accepting the moment, and the greatest thing that happened for me in my life really was when I realized that I didn't know, I couldn't trust my own thinking. What a great relief it was to surrender and say, oh my gosh, my thinking from my ego, from my, my best thinking, always got me in conflict, always got me, often got me in trouble, So, hey, James Donald. And so the huge relief when I recognized that I couldn't trust my own thinking, that I just had to surrender and recognize that I don't know, for me, what's best for me generally. I mean, I guess I know that it's important to take care of daily maintenance, brush my teeth and things like that, but even that has taken on a whole other minor level of importance, because I get that I'm my job here is to just live life in this moment without complaint, without fear, without anger, without judgment. And because judgment, judgment for me comes from my old conditioned beliefs, and so, but we hang on to, world wars are created around people trying to get their way, thinking they know best. And if we can, recognize, and for some of us, it's like, oh, you're kidding, what does it mean to awaken? I remember, for years, reading books and trying to figure out who I was, and following teachers and who had a level of consciousness that I didn't understand, and just unable to hear the words. And so I'm grateful that I kept, for me, pursuing this thing that wasn't lost. It just took me such a long time to figure out that it was not lost, that I was living in the illusion of the past. I was living in the illusion of the future, and that the freedom was in the moment. And so now I watch my thoughts a lot. I feel like what we're talking about is self-awareness, and through self-awareness we realize that we can't rely on our thinking, that our thinking comes from our conditioned beliefs, often from our religious teachings, and often, not that there aren't some great teachings in most of our religions, but a lot of our teachings were based on right and wrong, good and bad, and so it put us in a position of judging all the time. And we can't judge. We don't know what's going on around us. We only see a small part of it. So the freedom came when I realized that I just didn't know, and that the only way I could know was to be in the moment. So that's it. Be here now. And in this moment, sitting on this beautiful ferry, and heading across to, hi Tracy, hi love, heading across to Horseshoe Bay. So I'm going to read the reading for today. And, again, the reminder is to be here now, and to be conscious that our thoughts often just can't be trusted. Even our stories can't be trusted. If we think that, we know what happened, and we don't necessarily know what happened in our past. And if we do remember a certain thing that we feel was traumatic or wrong, or that somebody wronged us, or, let it go. Just let it go. It doesn't matter today. Be free of it. Here we are right now. We give things a huge value because we identify with, whatever. I mean, we have a car accident, we become a car accident victim, or we have a cancer, we become a cancer victim, or a cancer survivor. Just let it go, whatever it is, and be here now. And that's the deal. Hi Tracy, yes, I'm on the ferry. I am coming from Vancouver Island, which is kind of a beautiful, my brother lives in a pretty cool spot in Campbell River. So July 1st, thought for the day out of the 24-hour day book. In following the 12-step program, by the way, the 12-step program, the longer I have, the years I spent kind of searching all the belief systems and trying to figure out what was going on here on the planet and why I was here. All the answers are in this program. It's so cool. Bill and the first 100 men and women didn't miss anything. They really nailed it. They really nailed it. Very open-armed and inclusive. They just so hit the bell with this 12-step program, and that's why it's still growing. Millions and millions of people have found awakening. We call it recovery, often from a hopeless state through that 12 steps. So that I'm a big supporter, believer. I see the beauty in it every day, more and more. So July 1st, thought for the day. Oh, did you? Hi, Tracy. Campbell River's beautiful. It says in the thought for the day, in following the 12-step program with its the AA program with its 12 steps, we have the advantage of a better understanding of our problems. Day after day, our sobriety results in the formation of new habits and normal habits. As each 24-hour period ends, we find that the business of staying sober is much less trying and fearsome ordeal than it seemed to be in the beginning. His question is, do I find it easier as I go along? And of course we do. There's a saying in the 12-step program that, hopefully so-and-so, whoever it is, can stay sober long enough to get recovery. Because recovery is where it's at. Meditation for the day. Learn daily the lessons of trust and calm in the midst of the storms of life. Whatever of sorrow or difficulty the day may bring, God's command to you is the same. Be grateful, be humble, Be calm and loving to all people. Leave each soul the better for having met you or heard you. For all kinds, this should be your attitude. For all kinds of people, this should be our attitude. A loving desire to help and an infectious spirit of calmness and trust in God. You have the answer to loneliness and fear. This is calm faith in the goodness and purpose in the universe. Beautiful, eh? That's the meditation for the day. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may be calm in the midst of storms. I pray that I may pass on this calmness to others who are lonely and full of fear. That is my prayer for the day. I mean, I sometimes ask myself, why am I doing this little reading? And this is my mission, to share love, to encourage others to all be ambassadors of love. Be an ambassador of love. That's it. Okay, love you from the Queen of the Cowichan. I'm on the Queen of the Cowichan, out of Nanaimo to Horseshoe Bay. Beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, love you lots. July 1st, baby, my daughter's birthday. Actually, I'm going to her place in Squamish to celebrate her birthday with her. Looking forward to that. Well, I'm a very blessed man, really. Thank you.